so amazing. We outside.
It's time to let loose on this bitch. You be thinking that she can just play with a nigga. Well, check this out, bitch. I've been saving my paper. But you just been fucking a nigga that's basic. Go do me a favor. Go stack up the haters. And since you was such, you gon' pay for them paper. And a lot of my cousin, cause you know she crazy. When it come to my mother, you shoulda got faded. Check it out, lady. Tell that bitch ass nigga you fuck with. Know that I saved him. Had a couple goons wanna come through spraying. I never been a hater. Gotta keep shit playing. But I'm just amazed how this silly bitch changed. I kept it real and you could do the same. Now that bitch out in the street putting dirt on my name. Hey, Bill, tell your bitch she is lame. You know how I be. Hey, bitch, I'm a beast. I never went hard when it came to a freak. But I gotta let loose, gotta give this heat. Every dog need a bone, get you found your meat. Some things you never gon' see. One, you nigga ain't me. And the bitch ass nigga still after my freak. And a couple of your friends that was begging for the D. But I handle shit like a G. Hey, bring back the beat. I should've just curved this bitch. And plenty times that I could've hurt this bitch. And I ain't talking hand, that's a bird little bitch. You bitches came round, wanna slurp this dick. A couple of the hoes for the purchase the dick. They tried to slide through when you working and shit. But I was just living my purpose, little bitch. I had these bitches on table just twerking and shit. I hope that you living the life that you living. I'm keeping it pippin', I'm back on my business. And when you get done with that nigga, don't come back to me talking about that you still got some feeling. At the end of the day, bitch, you know I'm the real. I might just open the door just to show you I'm drilling. Put little bitty legs up to the ceiling. I'ma let you know what you been missing. This bitch out of my system. I'm gone. Just make sure you leave my name out your mouth. Bitch! Like the great Tupac said, you will not know what's going on. Yeah! I got that bitch out of my system.
I got that bitch out of my system. I got that bitch out of my system.
Yeah. In the motherfucking building, man.
I don't think we in the building yet.
We is in the building.
Oh, yeah, we in the building.
We in the motherfucking building, man. Yeah.
What up, boss?
Cooler, man. Cooler, man. Decided to goddamn go live and talk my shit, man.
Talk your shit, then I'm gonna sit up here and watch you talk your shit. I ain't saying I'm not in on this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just here to referee what he gonna say.
Yeah, he's here to disagree with everything that I say. Yeah, we all know new by now. Yeah. It's nothing new. Nothing's changed. What's going on? Who we got here in the building? Let's see the comments starting to come in. Who we got in the building?
We got Chloe.
Yeah.
The Health Channel.
That's April right there. Uh-huh.
What up, April?
What's going on, ladies? What's happening? I was gonna go live at 12, but me and this dude got backstage and was just talking. Y'all know how new it is. You know, he'll turn a basic conversation into a movie. Yeah, that's what New be doing.
I like that. I do that.
Yeah.
I take that.
I mean, it's all facts, my brother. It's all facts. We're going to give people a little bit of time to slide through the building.
Whole another song?
Whole another song?
No, you play another song. That's what you do.
You know that's what I'm going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to just find one real quick. What we got here? You ain't do shit to Ayo, did you? Hell no.
Oh, I thought she said marking, making me late on mine.
Late on what?
She's I guess she's talking about me and you.
Oh, okay.
On the live.
Oh, see, Chloe, I didn't know you was going live. I canceled this live right here from last night because you went live yesterday, and you know your live said like 2:00 in the morning. So I said I got time, and the next thing you know, I looked at it, that shit said 12. So yeah, but appreciate you for sliding through, even if you got a dip. But we're gonna play this song. Hopefully, by the time the song is over, we have some more people here. This is Cold.
Whole world, hope you bundle up. Whole world, hope you bundle up.
I was a street runner, follow my street hunger. I had quarters, hands, holes, a street number. My niggas push boulders, the haters shrug shoulders. Fiends that cough at the feed like a straight Folger. My nigga gain composure, your life of fame is over. No matter how they look at me, I still remain a soldier. Still I respect the game, these years I'm getting older. Some say my heart was cold, to me it's getting colder.
Whole world hope you bundle up, or you slipping up. Walk into the body bag, let me zip you up. Call the coroner, let them pick you up. Little fucker slump, acting like you out of your mind. You lost meat chunks. Married to the streets, dumbass. You had no prenup. Slipped up, easy toe tag when they creeped up. Did he shoot back? Hell nah, that boy freezed up. Nigga dying on his back and with his feet up. Looking like a capital letter L. Nigga done took a L. Surrounded by bullet shells. The stench of gunpowder in the air, that's that death smell. That boy couldn't holler cause his lungs collapsed well. They tried CPR on that nigga but shit fell. His eyes dancing, body shaking, this ain't gon' end well. That nigga dead. Shit ran down his legs. See your muscles gon' relax when it's death up ahead. Moment of silence, bow your head. Father, we sinners. We sell our soul gram by gram. Please forgive us. I give you the outcome of being drug dealers and gang members. I look at you, another dead nigga. Just another statistic. Die young in the trenches. Either that or cage doing a life sentence. Wasn't even worth it, but you must suffer for your decisions. The cycle continues. Your son look up to you and mimic. Whole world hope you bundle up.
Cold-hearted from the roots when it first started. Knew he was a fiend when he first nodded. We was busting spades, he was talking crazy. A nigga shot him right up in his face. Fuck them tears, cause they hardly drop. It's a new generation, it's a different definition to a molly wop. Niggas stepping all on niggas' blocks like hopscotch. Left my drink out in the sun, that's a hot scotch. That pussy might be on 5, that's a hot box. Either learn to dance to the beat or get your top rock. Nate said, how much you make? I said a lot pops. And even if you back on them drugs, we are not ops.
Cold world
made my heart colder, your gang stank. When I'm in the bank, I smell a odor. Fuck with a lame thing. I'm standing in the room full of killers with the stick out, waving that bitch around to shoot the first nigga to stick out. They say that niggas with little bitty pockets got a big mouth, getting hit from a little skinny bitch on a big couch. Big dogs move different, even holding two different. Thought the shit the same, but I'm confused cause the rules glitching. We don't lose stocks and get hot, we get new bitches. Niggas act like hoes over hoes cause y'all the new bitches. We don't brag over old cash, we get new riches. Trying to get them haters out the way, that's the new mission.
I was a street runner, follow my street hunger. I had quarters, hands, holes, a street number. My niggas push boulders, the haters shrug shoulders. Fiends that cough at the feed like a straight Folger. My nigga gain composure, your life of fame is over. No matter how they look at me, I still remain a soldier. Still I respect the game, these years I'm getting older. Some say my heart was cold, to me it's getting colder.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, some of these dummies really body theyself. They either rot or they melt. I was a hustler, the product was kept. If it's the drought, I went and got it myself. Put a couple packs on the shelf. I stashed that till there's no more left. My hashtag pimp is roll more wealth. Make sure you slow your step. It's a
cold world.
Pimp, you owe yourself. Make sure that fofo on your belt. Stay focused, know your steps. Don't trust a bitch and know that hoe gon' melt. And if you slip, put that shit on yourself. Hope that ain't your last breath. That's what I mean when you bag yourself. Now am I lying, pimpin', ask yourself. That's how the cards get dealt.
Man, that shit cold.
Now I'm a cold motherfucker, funky cold Medina. When I add a little liquid, man, I make that bitch Katrina. Like round and round I go, I'm talking round and round with blow. I'm riding round with all the dope. I'm Dr. Pepper with this coat. I'm just chillin', kicking back, I'm getting head like a throat. If it's a 2-month drop, I'm just saying you might get soaked. I'm just saying you might get smoked, cause I'm that crack in that crack pipe. I'm that feeling when they hit it, inhale, exhale. Like bitches, they waiting to exhale. They wishing I wish them well, and I'm wishing a nigga would. Don't forget I'm straight out the hood, I can whip crack on top of wood. I'm a soldier about this bitch, I know how to survive it. I don't need a lot of supplies.
Cold world,
hope you bundle up, then the drought came. Heat to the ice, flood the streets like a storm rain. No umbrella, just hood and some good fellas. You either get you a plug or Mexican cartellers. It's not a movie, nigga, this is how you living. In at any given time, they can make the plot thicken like 100 outside. Niggas in the kitchen whipping, the heat and the fumes. Nigga, this a different living. The block or the trap, Only niggas know the difference. It's levels to this, and so many done lost positions. A frozen heart, that's a world of don't give a fucks. Here's a button you can push, you wanna try your luck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
You don't know what it is. That was Colder from the Black Sector Mafia.
Cold world, hope you bundled up.
Volume 3. See, Crucial K done fell in the dough.
What up, Crucial? I see Lorraine out there. D-Love.
The Linus is in the building. Trying to get this camera right. Yeah, I ain't going on camera in a minute. But yeah, man, so you can see the title, man. See what's going across the screen, you know. Whatever I say, just know Nu's gonna disagree, and he's gonna tell us what he feel, even though he don't feel it. It's just something he can disagree with. We know how this works.
Boss, you have a message. I have a story I would like to do with you, so name the night. That's from Chloe.
All right, well, we'll get into that after the show, you know, because, you know, I'm working and shit now. I'm a working man now, you feel me?
You don't do shit.
I make money, though. That's all that matters. So, I'm going to give my opinion. I don't know. Nu, he can give his opinion. But first, I want to start off with, we're talking about men. A man. We ain't talking about no boy. We talking about women. We talking about men. So I'm gonna put that out there first, so we don't have to say, "Oh, we ain't talking about the little boys and the little girls. We talking about those legit ones. This is what they want. This is what I feel a real man want. But it's gonna have to take a real woman, so they go hand in hand. But one thing I want to point out first and foremost is it me? Or nowadays, women got a lot of pride. Women got more pride than men. Do you agree or disagree with that? That's just a question, though. Just a question.
No.
No? Okay, well, I'm going to be the first one to disagree. I disagree. And I'm going to bring up why I feel that way. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. A lot of men say women, and y'all respond with not all women. I'm going to tell you why. Because it happens through a course of this man's lifetime. No, he hasn't dated every woman. We know that. But if 100% of women got these, you know, it's a woman. If 100% of the women he dated act a certain way, that's what he's going to say. Women. That's all he knows. But of course you say, well, he hasn't dated them all. But anyway. What's wrong with being wrong? Does it hurt for you to accept the fact that the man ain't gonna always be the one who fuck up? One thing I've noticed is when a man speaks what's on his mind, whatever he's feeling inside, and you cause that feeling, it turns into either you're in your feelings, you soft, or why you making a big deal of it. But a man's supposed to be understanding and show some type of compassion for yours. Are men are not allowed to have feelings? What you think, Nu?
Didn't I tell you I'm not in this car? I'm just sitting here. That way we don't have to go down this long brick road of where we just came from.
Now you trust me. You're gonna interject at any given moment. I know you. So I gotta catch you when you ain't.
All right, so what's the question again? Let me make sure it is.
Are men, for one, the final question was, are men not allowed to have feelings?
They're not allowed to have feelings.
But the main question was, you know, the pride issue. Women don't like being wrong. They flip it around on you because you spoke how you felt about something, and they're the cause of why you feel that way. It changed around that you're soft, blah, blah, blah. Why you in your feelings? This, that, and the third. Like we don't supposed to fucking have feelings.
I mean, I don't think all men are emotionless. I think we're supposed to have feelings. There's room for feelings in there. I'm not emotionless. Like I have feelings. I have tolerance though. You know what I mean? Like there's just certain shit that I'm gonna tolerate, certain shit that I'm not gonna tolerate. But like I was explaining to you earlier, like all that to me is still in the get to know. Even though sometimes in the get to know you don't see some of the signs. You know, once you start laying with a person, once you start, you know, being in the company of a person, you know, day in and day out, you tend to learn things and you learn patterns. And if something seems off, you know what I mean? It's what it is. It's off. It ain't nothing that you can put back on hook. It ain't nothing that you can fix. It's something that's off. You need to figure out what's off. Then you need to approach it like, hey, if this is a problem, if there's no resolve in there, then you need to flee before you get to the I do's and all that shit. You need to get the fuck out of there because already you seeing something that you know you're not compatible. When I'm saying flee, I mean you got to break this off. Like I can't be with you. I don't give a fuck if it's 2 years. You know what I mean? If you figure out in 2 years that, you know what I mean, you finally figured out that I've been thinking this bitch sneaks out when I'm sleeping at night. And you just realize that she does. You get what I'm saying? Like, damn, my intuition been telling me that shit for like fucking 9 months. And here it is. The bitch is gone. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you gotta pick them signs and know when to call it, to say that's it. I can't take this no more.
Okay. Damn. I ain't cutthroat like I thought I was. I'm not cutthroat. Let me check out some of these comments. I'm trying to realize why I ain't got no notification on. I'm live.
K Money, what's up, K Money?
What up, K Money?
Real Mama Fifi.
Fifi in the building. What's happening? There we go. All right, I'm gonna check out the chat real quick. Fifi says, yes, men should have feelings. I don't want a man that doesn't have feelings. Floyd says, oh, hell no. If we think a man is in his feelings, then a man gets all angry that we are thinking they are weak. That term, I think it's that term. Don't get in your feelings. I think it's a term in itself. And I think when it's being used to make you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not used to say, why are you feeling that way? Because if that was the case, that's what you would say. Why are you in your feelings? Why you being sensitive about the shit? Okay. I tell you what.
Let me ask you a question though. Is it who say it in the way that they say it, or is it that they just say it?
I mean, right now we're talking about somebody that you're dating.
Right. So what I'm saying is, at any particular time that it's being said, you get what I'm saying? Is it a point where it can be said, or it's just something that a female shouldn't say to you at all?
Don't say that shit to me at all. Niggas shouldn't say that.
Let me ask you a question. If you dating Beyonce, right, and then Beyonce's easy, sexy voice, she says, boy, stop being in your feelings. You still gonna get mad?
You goddamn right.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
I tell her, stop pooting in your sleep. How about that? Hey, you know a nigga will throw a shot back real quick once they feel hit about something. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
All right, I got you.
Listen, I think you brought something up like this once before. Like, I don't give a fuck how beautiful you are. You ain't finna make me feel like no chump.
I don't think sometimes it's make you feel like you a chump though. I think it's how it's brought to you and how it's said is what I was trying to. That's why I say in her sexiest voice, she says it. Would you get upset?
Yeah.
Meaning, she ain't saying it to mean any harm.
Boy, get out your feelings.
What if y'all having a good time, right? And y'all get to catch a laugh. And out of the laugh or whatever, you just caught the attitude real fast, but y'all laughing about the attitude you caught real fast for no reason. And she said that in that term. See? Boy, you was in your feelings. Get out your feelings.
See, one thing about me, like the first time I'm gonna let you have it because you didn't know that bothered me. So the first time, if that's her first time saying it, I'm like, hey, whoa. Now, if I've told her this and she do it again, yeah. I warned you already.
Okay. Let's say you go on a date with a bro, right?
Nigga.
Just listen to me. And maybe she on 2 phone calls, you hear her, one talking to her kid, one talking to her daddy. And in both of them conversations, you hear them words, you need to get out your feelings. Right? Who you talking to? I was just talking to my daddy. You need to get out your feelings. Who you talking to? I was just talking to my kids. Is that just something she says? No, that's just her natural slang. That's her natural word she says. That's one of her phrases. So you're going to pass a beautiful chick up because one of her phrases she say you don't like? Or are you going to try to get close to her to tell her, I don't like when you say that. Could you not say it to me? You know how many times she going to slip and say that shit?
I won't slip and say bitch if bitch was a regular word I use to relate to women. Come on now. Think about it. If I'm used to saying, like, if I was too short, bitch, I don't mean that's in term of endearment, baby. That's all I mean by it.
Bro,
she ain't going
I
to
was cussing in front of my mother, bro, right?
Of course not. She'll slap the shit out your ass, dude.
You know how many times I slipped?
I haven't.
Nigga, I slip a lot.
Mm-mm.
Nigga, I've been slipping since I was a teenager.
Mm-mm.
In normal conversations, like, oh shit, bro. Yeah, like in normal conversation. Just, I mean, you might have got, you know what I mean? My mother knew probably I was cussing in the 5th grade, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You probably got the shoe thrown at you every time if shh. You tell niggas shh. You know what I mean? Mama, whoa, you almost said shit, boy. See, you one of them type niggas. You couldn't get away with shit. See, I could.
Hey, it really came from my grandma. Like, I watch my brothers and my cousins get popped right in their goddamn bow. What you said, boy? You think I was gonna allow that to happen to me?
I seen that shit too, nigga. I couldn't wait to get hit.
Nah, bro. I think when you're upfront about something, you tell somebody who you are. They say if somebody show you who you are, believe them. If I tell you this shit bothers me, well, let's say every time I hear it, feelings, my hand just say pow. I can't help it. It's a natural reaction. I bet you'll stop saying that shit or they gonna leave me the fuck alone completely.
Leave you fuck alone. Cause I go upside your head with a bat. If a big ass nigga and I'm a 125-year-old chick.
No, I'm just saying.
You decide to go upside my goddamn head, nigga, it's gonna hurt.
No, man, I don't hit no woman, but I'm just saying. When you touch a stove, you burn yourself. You learn not to touch that motherfucker again, right? Right. Who the fuck gonna keep touching the goddamn hot ass stove? Like, hopefully this time it doesn't burn me. You a fucking idiot.
I mean, people play with fire, bro. And some people get burned playing with fire. Some people just make it a job, and for some reason they never get burned.
They make it a job to play with fire.
You gotta be nice.
Hey, y'all. You don't believe what Newbie's saying, bro.
All right, come on. Let's go with the next part of this conversation because I'm waiting for the juicy part.
Anyway, so with men, I'm going to tell you as far as from my standpoint, I really feel like this is the alpha male way. I know a lot of people don't like using that term, but that's the way I speak of a man's man. Love and loyalty. It's really simple. I always talk about peace. I gotta have it. If a man can come home to you, love you to death, and trust you, and get peace, a man's man, you hit the jackpot. But you got to get this man that peace. Don't be nagging. None of that shit. Because when you do that, you're giving him a reason not to want to come home. Think about it. If he come home and every time he come home it's peaceful, that man's gonna give you the fucking world. I know I would anyway. But if he gotta come home to some nagging ass woman, nagging at some shit that's not even worth being nagged about, why ain't put a goddamn trash bag in the trash can? Why the hell you just ain't do it? That shit is goofy. If he's busting his ass, going to work, you know what I'm saying, paying the bills or whatever, y'all play, whatever y'all do, he's doing his part. Be the aspirin, don't be the goddamn headache. Now I'm just speaking from me. Women, matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link. I'm not just jumping on your neck.
No. Before you drop the link, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is okay? So when you living together, you get married, whatever, however you situate. Part of the problem that I see in a relationship is when y'all get together, nobody establishes any type of what you're going to do. The woman already thinks that the man's going to do what the man's supposed to do: take out the trash, clean the cars, pay the bills. The women already gonna think you're supposed to do that, right? So a nigga gonna already think you're supposed to take care of the kids, cook the food. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm asking you is, if one of your chores was it to take the trash out and make sure the trash can was full, was that your chore?
I mean, normally I would do it.
Okay, stop for a second. Now you gotta go back to your mama. When you came home and your trash wasn't out, and mama, what did you hear?
That's my mama.
That's a woman, bro.
It's my mama.
Listen, that's a woman.
She can talk at me.
Listen, regardless,
she can talk at me. Yeah.
Regardless if it's your mama, it's a woman, right? Most women got this same intuition, the same thing to say. Most women, you said, but you're blaming 100% of the woman when you're talking, right?
Shut up.
Half of the women in your chat you're blaming for the shit you're talking about.
Don't start this shit.
I'm not doing. When you say why y'all, right? You're saying it to the women in the chat. I'm not a woman, so you're saying it to the women in the chat.
Okay, your point. What's your point?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, woman. She's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
The same standards as this woman want is the same standards as this woman want. She want the goddamn trash taken out when you get home because she cooks. So with the shit she throws in the trash that she make on the stove and she took care of the kids all day, she wants you to put that shit outside. That's your job.
I don't even want to look in the chat to see the response to this bullshit that you're talking about. I don't even want to look in the chat.
K Money said, "I love you, new."
Because
that's the first thing I see.
Because New is a smooth fucking criminal, man.
You speaking for women? That's what Breeze Omega said. See, all women are bad then. So all women are bad then. That's what she's saying to you, nigga. That's what Breeze is saying to you.
I don't even know.
All women are bad then.
Hold on, I'm gonna wait to respond to that.
I just see a bingo neutral up top. I don't see too many more. I think Soul Journey in the building.
I'm gonna wait to respond to that. She said you were wrong.
Yeah, I'm wrong, New. And then K Money said, New, my kind of man. Hey, I take that one over you, Breeze, now.
Nah, bro, you can't take.
Wait a minute, Breeze. Hold up, New is trolling. Wait a minute, Breeze a dude, ain't he? Yeah, Bree's a dude.
I don't know. That's why I said I'm
Bree's a
gonna wait to
dude,
respond
man.
'cause I
Trust
don't
me,
know
Bree's
what
a
it is.
dude. That's why he ain't gonna agree with me.
Oh,
Bree's gonna take your side. Go ahead. I'm on your side tonight, ladies. Go ahead.
yeah, you always is, bro.
I handle this nigga for y'all.
Nah, man. Because one thing I want to say in response to what you said, they can't take that mentality from a parent to a goddamn. Well, a kid, hold on, a kid and a husband. You talking to the king of the goddamn house, nigga.
So what do you think the queen was doing? The queen was calling shots to the king.
Nigga, look. If the king is happy, the queen will be happy. The queen and the king is happy
when you take that goddamn trash out.
Nah, if I forget to take the trash out one
she's
time,
there to remind you. Hold up.
No, I said nagging. I said nagging.
The more she nag at you about it, that makes you not forget the next time.
That shit make me like, shut up, shut up.
But you couldn't say that to moms, though. You couldn't say that to moms, though.
I would never say that to my mama.
Exactly. So you shouldn't say it to
her.
her.
My mama is the reason I'm on this earth, though.
All
she's
right.
not my mama. She's my wife or my old lady. Nah,
okay, well, she producing the kids.
See, that's the problem right there.
She's carrying your legacy for you. She helping you. Your legacy is what she's carrying.
She gonna run all over you, nigga. She gonna run all over you, bro.
Ain't nobody ran over me yet.
See, that's your problem. You called us an old lady already to start with.
Shut
God damn it, here come another one. Listen, when I say old lady, I mean my old lady. That's just the term. That's a southern term.
So if I call you,
that's right. She calling to your ass because I don't say old lady. You right.
Yeah, because you an old man. Old man.
I take that.
What if I call you a bitch?
Yeah, what she called you a bitch?
Who?
You.
Why would you call me a bitch?
Why would you call females bitches?
See, you must be came in on the second half of the conversation.
No, thank you. I was here before you. Thank you.
So you wouldn't even ask me that question.
No, because you know what? All women ain't.
No.
All bitches ain't women.
Listen, see, that's the thing. I was
all
going
bitches ain't
off.
women.
Hold on, because see, this is what I'm talking about. When you give an example, people take it way in left field when you was just giving an example.
Okay, so we'll go back.
Motherfuckers who do that.
Go back to the other one. If I don't cook, you gonna come home and just go ahead and cook for both of us and keep your mouth shut? If you come home from work and I ain't cooked, are you just gonna keep your mouth shut and go ahead and cook for both of us?
See, you see what she said, Nu?
Yeah.
You're gonna keep your mouth shut.
Are you gonna keep? Listen, she said,
that part got left out of it.
That's what you said about not taking out the trash.
You gonna shut the fuck up and cook? That's what she's saying.
No, what I'm saying is because you said if you come home and you didn't take out the trash, you don't want to hear this and that. Just for her to go ahead and just put the goddamn trash bag in there. So why don't you just come in and shut the fuck up and cook the meal?
No, I ain't got to do shit. I can just go right back out that fucking same door I came in and go get me something to eat.
But see, that's the problem. Is you got that attitude about, well, if you didn't take out the trash, she should shut the fuck up and just go ahead and put a trash bag and do whatever. But if the shoe's on the other foot,
if a nigga forget to take out the trash before he leave, that's no reason to nag.
So
Hold on, you got kids, you got a husband, and you don't fucking cook for none of them? Nigga, you ain't forget to cook.
The kids spent the night out. I wasn't hungry.
So you decided not to, you are hungry. That's why I said I walk right back out that door and go get me something to eat. I ain't got to say shit to you. You're not hungry. I don't hear no more excuses. You ain't cook? Okay, cool. I'll be right back. We're going to go to McDonald's. You want something?
And I bet you do that. I bet you do that. I bet you do that. Before you even ask, is everything okay?
You see what it's going to? Do you see what it's going? That now we went from this to now understanding. You
invited people up here, bro.
I just came from goddamn work.
You invited people up here. This is what you did.
Well, how do you know? How do you know I didn't just come from work?
Nigga, you my wife. How the fuck I gonna know you where you been?
Oh, okay, so your women don't have to work.
Who? I ain't say nothing about that. I say,
well, make up your mind. It's one or the other.
Hold on, Chloe. Chloe.
I love it, man.
You about to go take a drink.
I am, because she taking this shit here. She a jump.
No, I'm following your narrative.
Hey,
narrative.
I ain't crazy.
Kobe, my avatar tonight. How about
I
that?
gave an example. You went to right field, left field,
Nope.
shortstop, backstop.
I followed your narrative.
No, you didn't. No, you just took it away.
Because I know
first
that.
You said, you want me to call you a bitch? Well, I was
Well,
just giving an example. So when you did that,
that
whatever
was
you
your
had to say after that was null and void. I ain't want to hear nothing else because you started off on the wrong foot.
No, I was using your narrative.
Listen, we was talking about calling a man weak or in his feelings. I said, what if I said bitch? That's just something I'm used to saying.
Okay. But
that's all I said. To go off of what New said.
That's where the problem is right there. In your mind, if a woman says, why are you being so sensitive? You think she's saying that you are weak.
If you ask a man, why are you being sensitive?
It does not mean that you're calling out weak.
Because something is bothering him. He broke it down and said something is bothering him, and you ask him, why is he being sensitive? That means you're being, what's the other word? What's the opposite of it? Oh, yeah. I think we all know that. Come on, man. Don't ask that. That's like I asked you, why are you crying?
Okay. That's
my period on. My period on. Man, fuck your period. That's insensitive.
Okay. What you just said, though, you said, and he's already broke it down for you. That's a difference. See, I got treated disrespectful when I said, why are you being so sensitive? And the person never broke it down. All they just went from 0 to 100.
Don't you do that shit, Clay. Don't you do that.
I don't think all men, I do not think all men, no, I'm going to say, I know all men don't think the same way when a woman says, why are you being so sensitive?
Okay.
I don't think all men feel the same way.
Let's ask our brother Questman in the building. What's going on, Questman? How does that make you feel, brother?
Hey, hold on. Hey, Questman, you got a 2-minute interval. If you go past 2 minutes, we flagging you.
Here we go.
The intro gonna be 2 minutes. Let's get it.
Just the intro. Well, okay. So what I could try to do is present it to you from a married, traditional perspective, perhaps. But I do have some experience otherwise, you understand, throughout my life. What I can say is, I'm gonna try to say it this way. The problem that I believe that we are suffering is multifaceted, right? You've got scientific perspectives digging at us. You got political interests digging at us. You got mixed interpretations, or if you would, corrupted cultural elements coming at us. So we are in so many ways. We have an idea. We also have a sufferance of confusion when it comes to the relationship between man and woman, right? So, of course, I hear the tradition because it works for me, and I see that it's worked for many of those, who I look up to in life, right? And I see that type of relationship between man and woman works. But I understand that we live in a society where there's just on one level, there's so much mess being pushed and propagated that affects how men and women treat each other. I'm talking about within our community as melanated brothers and sisters. So there's another aspect that people like to make excuses in order to justify either being lazy or justify being tyrannical, narcissistic. You name any number of those expressions. So you got to measure that in addition to whatever the particular drama may be. You understand? So in any given argument that any of you may have, there's so many elements that would have to be observed to really get into what the problem is. Am I making sense?
Yeah, but okay, let's give a situation. It's something that's near and dear to your heart that bothered you, and they did something that triggered that emotion. Of course, I don't know. Maybe you told them about it. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. And you ask, don't do that, please. I appreciate if you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That bothers me. And the response you get is, why are you being so sensitive?
Mm.
And instead of a apology, well, I apologize. I didn't know that make you feel that way.
Right.
See how that sound versus why are you being so sensitive?
Well, I think in that situation there's an ego involved, not on the part of the victim, the one whose feelings have been touched, but on the lack of recognizing that, hey, I said something. At the same time, there's this. I don't want to say to justify what they're doing. Like when a person has an accident, when they do something absentmindedly, like they weren't like thinking about what they're saying to you. They weren't thinking of their lack of acknowledging what they did to you. They just said it, kind of like, you did this, they did that. Reflect, like a reflection.
He's saying something more like I know what you're saying. Like say I'm used to seeing people get shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody, tell me that, their mom gets shot. Somebody in their family get killed or whatever. And for the most part, most people won't say, "Oh, I'm sorry." But a person that's used to some shit like that is gonna go on to the next conversation like it's nothing. And you'll be like, I forget what they say. You're insensitive to
desensitized.
Desensitized, yeah. You desensitized to violence. You know what I mean?
But what he's talking about, it seems like he's talking about someone. It almost sounds like a person like you just became acquainted with, not someone that knows you, that really has.
I think this more of a person that knows you.
Yeah, it's a person that knows you.
Yeah, this more of a person that knows, because for them to say that, they got to know you. So this more of a person that knows you. So, you know what I mean? If they don't put it like this, somebody might look at it as, I feel like you're tougher than that situation. You get what I'm saying? Like you're tougher than that situation. So why are you so insensitive to that? You get what I'm saying? Like, I done seen you in gun battles and shit, duck bullets and still come out shooting. Right. But this bother you?
Okay, well, that's what I was gonna say. Ask what you just said there. To a man, is that gonna be the same thing?
No, he got what I said, I believe.
No, but what I'm saying, to me, what you're saying is the same thing when you're saying, for somebody a female to tell a man, why are you being so sensitive? Maybe she's looking at him like, you're tougher than this. Why are you
That's why I feel
like that was a little slick ass spin right there, bro.
I jumped into a female. I said a female.
That's what I'm saying. How does a man, how do they feel about it? Do they think it's the same thing as saying you're just being too sensitive?
I think an assumption's being made.
Yeah, he took the sensitive part as he took that as the bitch word. You feel me? Like, he took that as the bitch word already. And he just ran with the bitch word. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no meaning behind it or anything. He just ran with the bitch word. Then he comes back
he got upset over
and realized that we call each other bitches all day. What the fuck is you mad about? You know what I mean?
So in other words, he got upset over nothing.
I mean, sometimes you realize that after a while. It's true. Sometimes you realize because I could have handled that differently.
I mean, I agree. Like what he was saying, that sometimes things get said and you might not realize it till after the fact that maybe that wasn't the right thing to say because you weren't intending to hurt that person. But it's just something that is part of your vocabulary.
Is I apologize in the woman vocabulary?
I can't speak for other women.
Because I think that was where I really want to go at. And I'm not trying to be funny. I swear to God. It's like whenever you're having a discussion, I know that sounds fucked up. When you having a discussion, men take a lot.
I understand what you're saying.
Men take a lot of the blame for family issues, whether it's finances or whatever. And at a point where you were wrong and you may have been fussing, yelling, and come to find out, no, you fucked this up.
Yeah, I get that.
That conversation will still be pointed directly to him because you don't want to own up to it. And not saying you, I'm talking about women in general. I have seen that with several different women. Of course, like I said in the beginning, I can't say all women, but pretty much every woman that I've dealt with has been that way, and I don't understand that.
I think that I've seen, witnessed myself a lot of women.
Shopping mall to pick up your women.
I think that
I could see it. I've seen a lot of women do that. Like they'll say, "I'm sorry," but then they walk away and maybe mutter under their breath, but he still did fucked up. Yes, I can say that I've seen that. Yes, me myself, I don't. Very rarely would I have ever in my life put myself in that position, because I'm one that I believe that, like, if somebody comes and apologizes to me, it's hard for me to accept people's apology, because if you said it, you meant it. Why are you apologizing?
I guess it really depends on what they're apologizing for. Because some things are done not knowing it's gonna offend you.
Exactly. That's
here's something that I
even
think,
when somebody say you're being sensitive about something, not knowing.
Go ahead, question.
Here's something that might need to be put on the table about this, is that sometimes it's about, like, if she doesn't believe that she did anything wrong, like you could suggest like hey, that hurt me or this, but in there, it's like, for some reason, if they can't perceive that in their own mind, then what comes after that follows as if, like, what's the big deal type of thing. Like, why are you reacting this way? Because I didn't do anything wrong. I do relate with you what you're saying about this. It's something that I've experienced, but I've also heard conversations about the failure of apology, or the failure of owning up to, like, hey, I did this, I hurt you, or I crossed the line with you. I'm apologizing for that. I acknowledge that. I recognize that. It's easy for me to do that, right?
Me too.
Like, hey, I stepped on your shoe, or I did this, or I did that. I'm sorry, my bad. However, I also am careful with that, because I recognize that sometimes even that could be used as a weapon against me in time to come. Like they say with the Miranda rights,
Yeah.
what you say can and will be used against you, right? So it's because otherwise time goes on. Like, yeah, remember when you did such and such and such and such? But wait a minute, I already apologized for that. Yeah, I know, and that's why So on the flip side, you have that same element difficult for them to do. And again, I'm not saying this is an umbrella statement, but it's something that I notice as being a common behavior, or a common something, when it comes to this. One of the things I would suggest is that, I know we live in a society where they try to make it like the man and the woman are identically the same in somehow every facet of our nature, and that's not the case, because we are different mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay, so when it comes to, like, equality or something of that nature, it's equal according to the nature of. Does that make sense? Equal according to the nature of. So when it comes to how a man expresses feelings or demonstrates it, and what a man acknowledges as a sign of respect or disrespect, it may not be the same measure or way that the female or the woman, the sister, sees the same.
I agree.
And so that, like I said, if you have a situation where you felt touched, you felt disrespected as a man, like, man, my integrity, my honor has been tarnished right here, and she's thinking like, well, I thought I married a lion. I thought I said something that even a lion could take on. Like, a bear would be invincible to this comment. So there's a misunderstanding there, and a failure to understand what you're going through. So she's not able to. It's like a veil of a sort.
Well, isn't a part of communication expressing things that bother you? You know what I'm saying? Let's think about it like this, because I know I do this. I always think before I say something, because I know the reaction I'm going to get if I say this, no matter how I say it. So
Calculation.
I think, like, okay, I bet not say this. And then you never say nothing at all. And then it boils and it boils and boils. You know what happens at that point. You know, you have this conversation and they say, well, just talk to me. Let me know how you feel. If you don't communicate with me, how can I fix it? But you know, whenever you're talking about something on how they made you feel, it goes to the finger pointing, and it's almost like they're being insensitive to it. Like, you shouldn't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And then it creates an argument. And that's why you never want to say nothing in the goddamn first place.
Boom.
It depends on though how she thinks, because like in my situations, I may take it that you're meaning it that I intentionally hurt your feelings.
I mean, if it was the first time it happened, no, I couldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'd be like, hey man, let's just put it this way. But next time you decide to go spend $1,500 on blah blah blah, can you please let me know?
Why? I could.
You know what I mean? And
No,
they
but
were
I
like,
get
well,
what you're
why?
saying. I agree, especially if it's something, you know, large like that. But like, I mean, there's been times in the past where you and I have misunderstood each other, and for me, and this goes with anybody that I care about, when I realize that I've said something that really hurt them or bothered them, it makes me feel almost like in a depression state for days afterwards, because it's like, man, I didn't really mean to do that to them. You know, that wasn't my intention. And so that's why I say for me, and I know you always say I'm an alien, whatever the way I think, but just it's the way that I am, because if I called you a bitch, it's because I meant that you was being a bitch.
Absolutely.
You know, that type of thing.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to come back and apologize for saying that you was being a bitch.
Right.
Because I meant it in the way that I said it. But if I come and I say, well, why about something? It's because I'm really trying to find out. It's not because I'm executing some kind of insult. And again, different people take things differently with different words. And by the way, Too Short doesn't use the word bitch in his regular everyday life like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he do. I'm pretty damn sure he do.
I watched him on the reality show. He don't.
I just, you know, I think we will have more successful relationships if each party understood each other. And I think with what I think either New said it or Questman, over a period of time, you should have learned your mate by then. You know what I'm saying? You know what ticks them. You know what makes them mad. You know what bothers them. You know what I'm saying? And
you don't have to agree upon it. You don't have to, as far as like, well, okay, he's right that word is this or that. But as long as you know it, then it's on you whether or not you use it again. Even if you don't agree with it. You know it's going to trigger him that way, so then don't do it.
Absolutely. Simple as that. Like, if you tell me some shit bothers you and that shit blows up in the original argument that we had on this particular discussion, I know not to do that shit again, because I'm a man who enjoys peace.
Yeah. Don't
disturb my peace. And I will do anything not to make you disturb my peace. So if something bothers you that I'm not going to do it, because I don't want to hear this in my ear.
What I meant by one of my earlier comments when you had first started saying, you know, about your pieces, it depends on what it takes to make your life peaceful. Because now, if you got a list that's 150 things long, don't use this word and don't do this and don't do that. You know, that's what I meant by depends on what it is to make you peaceful.
But I think some things are principles. Some things are like, you know, are like things you just don't do. Like it's understood, or it should be understood over time. Like you just know, like, hey, you know, stuff in this parameter or in this range of words aren't ways that I want to be talked to. So why out of the blue come at me in a way that you know is in the red zone?
Thank you.
Yeah. But it goes back to, I think, like what Neutral had said earlier, though. When you're getting to know somebody,
you understand all that. That's like
you got to have that
Instagram, right?
Time to learn all those things.
It's a little thing on Instagram where it's like a pretty chick answer the phone, and the nigga is like, "Hey baby, you looking gorgeous and shit." You know what I mean? And shit, her face is just everything that a woman want to hear in the morning. You know what I mean? And then she click over the phone and shit, and the nigga like, "Hey bitch, what you doing?" And she like, "Hey boo," you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like that's knowing who you want. You feel what I'm saying? Like knowing who. Like if a chick is raised in the hood,
some women like to be called bitches.
That's what she accustomed she been called bitch by her mother, her father, her brothers. Like everybody called her a bitch. So bitch is just another word for her. You get what I'm saying? Then you got some sophisticated women out here, you know what I mean? Who you know damn well, I ain't calling her no bitch. You know what I mean? What I'm telling you is you keep shopping in the mall with the chicks that like to be called a bitch.
I found them some in Baltimore too, bro.
Is that something like a champagne taste of the beer bottle butter shit?
No, hell no. I don't go to no club looking for no goddamn lifetime partner new. I don't do no shit like that, bro.
So I'm just saying, you ain't got. What I'm saying is the women that you pick. What I'm telling you is that's just me saying the women that you're picking the same caliber of women as the last one you just left.
Because he knows what he likes. He just is hoping that one ain't got the same bad qualities that the other one had.
Here's a bit of advice about that, right?
Go to the church, get you the chick that's sitting there with the
He's
nice
worried he ain't
strings,
gonna
the homie ass dress. Go get her. Go get her with the homie dress that look like she don't even do nothing but go.
Won't you go get her, new?
I don't want it. I want that hood. I want the bitch that want to be called a bitch. That's what I want. So that way I can be me all the time. You feel what I'm saying?
See, now that was going to be my question right there. By you using, and I'm just going with that word bitch, it could be something else, but by you being used to using that, and now you're with this chick and you realize, okay, it bothers her, but I still want to be with her. So are you now being fake?
No, you're not being fake. You're
doing it,
being real, because it's really not what you're supposed to do. Like if you're a nigga,
what you're supposed to do and who you are can be two different things.
This is what I'm saying. If you say that in front of your mother, that's one thing. I call you the realest nigga. If you're in front of your mother saying bitch, but when you get to your mom's, if you don't say the bitch word no more, but you say every other cuss word, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That still shows me that you got the respect of your mom, that you don't want to talk to your wife like that. Now, if you're disrespectful to your moms, it's no fucking, that's what I tell my daughter. Find a nigga that loves his mother. Because if he don't love his mother, he don't give a fuck about you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Chris.
Damn, I gotta leave now.
You said something very vital, because it's actually an ancient wisdom. You know, the sister below, she mentioned about getting to know one another, right, earlier. And some of these things can be done before you even really truly get involved with one another. And you were hinting at it, neutral, just a minute ago. They say you look at the way she is with her men folks, her brother, her father, her cousins. How does she involve herself with them? What does she say to them? How is her word choice with them? And for example, if she's respectable to her father, that's going to show you something about how she deals with, the sense of whatever her father would approve of, authority, of masculinity, order. You understand? When she's dealing with her brother, and you see she's dealing with her brother a certain way, that's going to tell you how she deals with you as her associate, as someone that she's with, that she's close to. Same with her cousin and other external relatives. So these are things you can know beforehand. You mentioned the description of a type of woman that you would dig, that she says that she talks this way. At the same token, that means you understand all of what that comes with. Like, if this is her character, if this is how she is, you say, "Oh, this is what I want," that means you're accepting all of what that means. I tell people all the time, I say, "Look, brother, when you accept her, you were attracted to her. She was over there minding her own business, doing whatever she was doing, and you said, 'Oh, look at her,' right?" And so you approach and you talk, you spit your game, whatever, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now you're together. That means you've accepted all of what, the good, the bad, and the ugly. the moment you and if you marry her, that means you done signed the dotted line, so to speak, on the divine contract if you married her. So these are things that a man, if he uses his abilities of observation and reason, you could see all the necessary telltale signs long before you ever get in deep with her. You understand? You can see everything that you need to know long before you get in deep.
Blind.
Unless you're, well, the blindness will come from all the types of veils that come from lust, that come from infatuation, that come from someone just being swooned over with desire. They ignore, what do they call that? Simping. That's a new age.
I still don't understand that, but okay.
No, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened to these chicks. These are the chicks that got like 20 and 30 bodies in their fucking vaginas. Let me explain to you why. Because, I mean, I'm gonna be totally honest. We meet you. We figure out your attitude. Oh, I can't stay with that, but I'm gonna fuck you.
How many bodies do you got?
I'm gonna fuck you.
How many bodies do you got?
Already, come on, Chloe. We on national YouTube.
No, I'm just saying. I want to put men and women on the same level, then that goes all the way.
Question right there. I'm talking in general.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I'm just giving game.
I want to say the average man's got at least 50 chicks.
Now you see what I'm saying, Lou?
Hey, that's I'm cool with that, but I'm not here to put my personal business out here. I'm just saying this is how it works.
So you wouldn't be with the chick that had 50 bodies under her.
Say what? I don't give a shit how many bodies she got. I'm not asking her that. I ain't never go to a chick and say, how many bodies you got? Oh shit, you got too many.
Then why are you bringing it up?
I go and get mine. Like a chick who I'm with, like a chick who I feel like, oh shit, we gonna be something. I might spit it to her. You know, just tell me some crazy numbers. Say I know I'm out of there. So shit like that mean. Look, I had a crazy past. I don't care about your crazy past. I'm talking about right now.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying is, so are you, what I'm trying to understand is, are you saying that you couldn't get serious with somebody that had a lot of guys before you?
Yeah, I'm a nigga who don't want to know. I don't give a fuck.
So in other words, don't ask, don't tell.
I'll date a porn star.
Don't ask, don't tell.
I'll date a porn star.
I want to see what point he was trying to get to.
I'm just hear me out. I'm telling Chloe, I'll date a porn star, Chloe. A porn star that's not porn anymore. She retired. I'm old now. I date her.
Okay. Would you keep her?
Why not? If she doing everything that I like, she cook, she clean, she smell good.
Okay.
Sometimes that cuts to the chase.
She gotta have pretty feet, y'all.
And hairy legs.
Damn.
No, fuck the hairy legs. This nigga said. Hey, I gotta tell somebody what this.
I do agree with what he was saying, because like about women, a lot of times they want that street thug type guy, but it comes with the whole package.
Right. It comes with jail. It comes with getting shot at. It comes with cheating on.
It goes both ways. Yeah, I do agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even a man, you gotta know who you picking. You get what I'm saying? If you wanna turn a hoe to a housewife, which people say, oh, they can't. Yeah, you can. Half y'all niggas out here married hoes and turned them to housewives, and y'all just didn't know they was hoes.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Closet. So what I'm saying is, you gotta accept.
I'm sorry.
You gotta accept right now. With whatever baggage that she's going to accept from you. I lost my chain.
I'm laughing at the chat. I'm sorry.
No, something is totally in my head, and I'm trying to stop from laughing. If y'all can hear, I got cold in me, and I don't want to like just bust out laughing. A big ass ball of snot come out. This Negro told me something earlier that I can't get out my head, and I have to tell y'all what he told me.
Oh shit!
He told somebody that, oh yeah, this nigga gets down. He get down. He lick toes. He said, I lick hearing aids.
This is nasty nigga.
He said I was a nasty nigga. I lick toes and hearing aids. Hey bro, come on.
He's being silly there.
Hey, that court. Hey, ask him how long I laughed. I had.
That'll make somebody not even gonna have sex no more.
I'm telling you, if y'all could have seen the snot that came out my ass today,
Hey, to each his own. I ain't being judged on that shit. If you got hairy legs, hey, neutral is hey.
I ain't gonna lie, he got me, y'all. I got his commercial break real fast. I gotta go, bro.
See, that's why you should have went with the Hispanic women. They stop growing hair after a while.
Ooh,
Hey, Chloe, you gonna get it when I get back.
Hey, I almost ain't recognized goddamn Questman when he came up. I thought he was a troll or something. Like, who the fuck is this man? He ain't what is it? I don't know if you ain't. I looked at my phone like, is that Questman for real? Questman and shaved the face and got smooth as a baby ass on his face. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you know, there's a tradition that I always try to follow every now and then. You know, the trimming of the mustache a certain way, and then the beard like this. So every now and then I go into that cycle, and sometimes I just there it is.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, indeed.
So Chloe, this goddamn troublemaker. So, is it okay for a man to show emotions with you? Is it? I gotta hear this.
I don't think
you're a tough woman. You're a very tough woman, Chloe.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You are. I mean tough in a bad way.
I mean, I'm very sensitive.
You know, you got your goddamn feelings, Chloe. How did that feel?
It wouldn't be the first time I was told that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, I know this is bad.
I didn't say I liked it.
Question I want to see. That's all I wanted to hear. You didn't like it.
It depends on the situation, but you know, because my thing in my mind before I open my mouth, I'm thinking, well, why the fuck does he think that I'm in my feelings?
Because the way you
maybe if he would act right, you know, that type of thing. But again, I try to think of the things before I say them, because in all the years that we've been together, okay, if I say this, this is how it's going to go. If I say this, this is how it's going to go. So I try to work it out in my brain as fast as possible, because then if I don't hurry up and say something, it's like, well, don't just stand there and don't say nothing, you know, because then you kind of feel like if I say something, it's going to be wrong. If I don't say something, it's wrong, you know. But you have to, you do have to learn the other person. Now, in my opinion, whether it's the male or the female, if it becomes habitual that one person is constantly having to tell the other person about being in their feelings or being sensitive or being emotional, every which way you want to put it, there may be a problem. And it could be on either side of that fence.
You mean like a mental problem?
No, like, is this man really being a crybaby all the fucking time? Or is this woman really being a bitch all the fucking time?
There you go.
Could be a mama's boy.
I like the way you said
it. He could be a mama's boy and you got a daddy's girl, a little mama's boy.
Hell,
see, that's my, I ain't even gonna lie. It seems like without even knowing it, I always ended up dating a mama's boy.
Now listen, hold up. That's two types of
there's nothing wrong with that, except for
two type of mama's
they a lot of them a lot of times had this underlying entitlement issues.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, like one of them, he was a crybaby. He just turned out to be a crybaby. Yeah, my husband, he's like, he didn't really show it until after we were together for like, probably 12, 15 years, something like that. But then I realized, and I don't know if it was just with age that he was just, you know, the changing or what, but it was almost like, now you want to be a mama's boy is what I wanted to say, you know. And I would have meant it in a bad way, not in a good way, you know, but I never said it, but because the other thing was that I always enjoyed, on one hand, I enjoyed the fact that he was not ever jealous, like accusing me or anything. No, you know, if I worked late or different things like that. Then all of a sudden, like, hell, I don't know, 20 years into it, whatever the hell it was. Who are you talking to? I'm like, what? I started laughing. It was funny to me. because I never saw that side of him before.
Mm.
And like I said, I don't know if it was because of age, you know, because we do change as we get older.
So
We did the role reversal because I was always the one. Who the fuck you talking to now? Now I don't know. Okay, whatever.
So the original, I want to touch on that before we get out of it. But I gave y'all 3 things that I feel that would make my relationship easy. I want to go around here and ask y'all. I said love, loyalty,
If
and
that's
peace.
if only 3 things it takes, if that's all it takes, then you're all right.
If you had to choose 3 things, of course we know it takes more than that. Shit. when you talking about a fucking lifetime, yeah, it's gonna take more than that. But if you could choose 3 things, Quest Man, in a woman that you would want from a woman, what would it be?
Well,
that would make your life, I guess, life easier with her.
I'd like to remain one, argument free,
peace,
a cup of coffee, and I'll leave the third one blank for the sake of you know, purity and things like that.
Gotcha.
The freakazoid.
I'll say it for he wants some head a once in a while and not every year. God damn it.
No, since you speaking about what would be your 3?
That's what he's trying to say. I'll say it for you, brother. I got you that. I mean, bro, you gotta understand a person will have to be weird to fuck with me. Just to be honest with you.
I agree.
Man, I ain't saying weird in a weird way, like do it. What I'm saying is I don't think normal anymore. I think very much outside the box. And I need a female who think outside the box too. She don't have to be on the same time as me. She just need to think outside the box like I do. You get what I'm saying? And I also I don't like women who. I like women who trust my decision. It's like I say, when I say duck, duck. You get what I'm saying? When I say it's time to go, it's time to go.
Don't ask
Walk
questions.
in the house and say, pack up every fucking thing we can. Let's get the fuck out the door right now. She don't say no questions. She go put the bag in and walk out the door, and we talk about it when we driving.
You heard what he said, right?
Oh, we just going on a camping trip. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure you was ready this time, just in case some shit go down. We going on this camping trip this weekend. You feel what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't really throw sex in there. I think sex comes with, relationships. You gonna have it, and you need to fill that out. If she don't like sex, she ain't gonna like it in the beginning. She gonna give it to you for the first fucking month, and then it's gonna sporadically disappear. You gotta pick that up. Okay, she don't like. If you got a sexual appetite and you need sex every night, you need to find a chick with the same appetite. You feel what I'm saying? That's just what that is. So I don't really throw that in. I'm into mind, body, and soul. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me amend what I was saying here, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Got some amendments to make. Okay, the thing for me is especially when it comes to being tranquil between one another.
Tranquil.
Okay.
I like
one of the things that would be meaningful to me is one that is supportive of your what you strive for yourself. You understand? So, for example, if I'm involved in an enterprise or an entrepreneurship of a sort, whatever it be, that this person is a collaboration, an asset to it. So much so that when you get home, you see them. Look what I done research. Look what I done pulled up. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, dang, I was just thinking about that. Meaning they understand what you are getting into and understand exactly what they could do. That doesn't mean they have to be. If you're a rocket scientist, it doesn't mean they have to be a rocket scientist. But they're looking for things that they see that you're tapped into and try to find a way to ease the journey with you. Right. So that's one thing. What I meant by the cup of coffee, you understand, is this element here. What I meant by the not argument is kind of what you were saying, Neutral, is that look, sometimes you got to make a decision And when you make a decision that's for the whole of you, for you, her, the babies, everybody, you don't have time for arguments. That minute argument might be what cost you your life. You understand? That might be all that it took. Wow, everybody's dead. Okay. When you said move, y'all had a chance.
Right.
Because you knew what you was looking for. You knew what you was looking out for. You heard that sound. You know what looked like we gotta move. Don't answer the front door. You know, we gotta move. So that's what that is. And then what I'm talking about, the blank, I'm not just talking about the carnal desires. In essence, I'm talking about all of what this means to like the ease that I'm talking about here is that you want to be able to not life outside the door is a challenge enough. You understand? When you're out there doing what if you're a traditional man like myself, it means you're the breadwinner. That means you're the one out there doing the main.
All right, Jonathan.
The main portion of the work, right? The main burden is what the man is supposed to carry. They said shoulders for the man, his for the woman, right? That's the saying anyway. So when you come home, you know, you want each other, you want it to be, and I'm not saying it's about me. You want it to be a time where if you are together, you want it to be something that you could build on, something that brings you closer together, that brings your hearts together, that love, that intimacy, spiritually, mentally, physically. If it's something as simple as playing a game, watching a movie together, reading together, building, chopping it up together. You're like, hey, yeah, that was deep. Da-da-da-da-da. You know, that's the intimacy I'm talking about. That's intercourse. You understand? Intercourse, in whichever way it may come, so that when you do reach your orgasm, in whichever way it comes, it was something that's a blessing to both of you. You understand? Because that's what happens. That's what you call a child.
I like that. I like the way you broke that down.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe?
Yeah, I had to do that. I had to kind of clarify that.
Yeah, you dug deep on that. What up, Chloe? What's your 3?
I only need one.
What's that?
I ain't saying I got it, but what I would in a perfect world would be for the man to put in to the relationship equally what I put into the relationship. No matter if it's me sitting there listening to your boring ass stories and trying to be interested in it, you do the same for me. If you think what I'm talking about is boring, try to get interested. Because like you were saying, you know, you don't have to be a part of it, but at least listen and understand, because it'll give you an understanding of that other person.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Of who they are.
That's crazy.
And as far as the sex and all that, sometimes people don't think that they like something because they ain't never tried it. I don't know. Or maybe they're self-conscious or whatever. Other times they don't like something and the other person needs to know they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they ain't uncomfortable in the bed. You know? But if a person gives the other person what they are receiving back and forth, it'll work out in the wash. Now, if you gotta also have knowledge and acceptance of the fact that if you see the other person is faking it, like I use the term the pity fuck, as far as like even in a conversation when they're like yeah, and they're not really listening to you, they're just, you know, giving you that yeah, you need to be able to recognize that this person's not giving me what I give them, because I give them my attention. I pay them attention when they're talking, even if it's about something that I don't give a shit about. Come on up, Linus. Yeah, you come up. You know, they give a shit about it, so I need to hear what they're saying.
I'm glad you brought that up, Corey. That's something I left off my list, but I think if y'all support each other in whatever endeavors that y'all brought to the relationship,
all the rest works out. I mean, conversation. I'm talking about housework, kids, sex, groceries, mowing the grass, whatever it is. It's everything. If you put in as much as I'm putting in. Now, I've heard people say, well, I put in $1,000 a week and she only puts in $500. But you make $2,000 and she only makes $550.
Exactly.
So she's putting in almost everything she's got.
Exactly. Man, I fucks with you on that, Chloe. That's some real shit. I think we got the lioness in the building. What's going on, the lioness?
Right.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I haven't either. You there? You sound muffled.
I did. Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Nah, it still sounds. I mean, we can hear you, but it's just muffled. Like you got your hand over the speaker or something.
Let me hear it. Is that better? That different?
Can y'all hear her or is it me?
It's still
Actually,
muffled.
do you got headphones on, Lorraine?
Oh, yes, yes.
Take the headphones out.
Wow, that's something.
And why she do that?
While she's
Okay.
doing that, can I give you a little anecdote?
There she go. There she go.
Okay.
Okay. I forgot to have
There
my,
you go.
my ear plugs in.
There
What
you go.
I
Now
was
we can
gonna
hear
say
you.
was a couple of weeks ago you did a song called Gas, high octane gas, and a lot of times out of insecurities we treat ourselves like we don't deserve high octane gas. We'll accept the 87% octane, you know, and after a while the engine starts to run kind of slow and breaks up, and you need a higher octane. And a lot of times, because you've accepted that low octane, anything else seems to be a demand. Then you're being a biatch, you know, when you need more. And a lot of times we accept the least amount to try and get the most amount, you know, out of a relationship. And they change. People change. A car is about the only thing I can compare it to, because that's what I'm going through now, using that cheap gas. But you know, people change, and relationships have to change and evolve too. And if the man has to be the head all the time, he should be consistent. And if he isn't consistent with, you know, one day he makes all the decisions and the next, you know, it's kind of, you know, wishy-washy. We should have the right to complain and expect more and be supportive of the best for him, because if he doesn't get the best, we don't either.
Right. True that.
And I just wanted to say that. And boss man, you started sounding kind of bitter. You know, like a woman can't say nothing to you, but she should be able to if that's your woman. If that's who you're sleeping with every night, you know, she should.
What I said?
She should.
Yeah, that's how you sound when you said.
That's how you sounded when the conversation started.
Getting in my feelings and shit. Yeah, you sound like you really was in your feelings.
I was really talking to the lioness knew. I wasn't talking to your ass, man.
I just wanted to help her out.
Nah, I think Chloe know how to just she jump here and jump there. I be trying to answer
Me and
one
Chloe
thing.
was agreeing. That's all we did.
Goddamn ass something new.
No.
Shit. Talking to them two is, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. But no, I don't mean it that way. And if I sound that way, my apologies. See how easy that shit was?
You had to apologize to her. You got to call that girl back and apologize. Whoever you were talking about.
Yeah, but will he do it again?
I don't. Who do what? I will come across aggressive and an asshole if I'm being talked to that way. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, and I won't apologize for that, never, because I'm just responding on how you speaking with me.
Brother Boss Man.
Oh shit! Not Quest Man too.
Yeah, I'm not. No,
you just said something. I heard it too. I think
this is something about what you said. Okay, what you're doing is exactly the same thing that she did.
Mm-hmm.
The thing you're saying that she's doing to you when she said something in response, that quote you just said is the opposite. It's the masculine form of the same thing. Think about what you just said. And then think about what she said in her responses. That why are you feeling touched by this, or however your wording was? Why are you,
Why
responding?
you in your feelings?
Why are you in your feelings? It's the opposite. I mean, if you put this on a pie chart or like an axis or whatever, that's the exact opposite statement of the female version of what you just did right there.
So what you're saying is the fact that she was talking at me in a disrespectful manner, and I respond that way. That's the same thing.
The way you just said how you would respond or communicate.
You received it that way. That doesn't mean that's how it was given.
Right.
No, we all know when somebody.
I wish you could play it back.
Right?
I wish you could play your word. The way you said it. It's the context.
Exactly.
The exact opposite. Yeah. When you get a chance, play this part back and listen to this part, and then go back to what you said when you're quoting her, and you'll see that it's literally. I mean, it's like north and south. The whole word for word. I mean, I'll kid you not. I'm not just saying this to just say. I'm not bandwagoning or anything.
No, you're good. I'm just trying
from
to
a psychological perspective, dealing with masculine energy, feminine energy. That is the exact opposite on the spectrum, on the scale thing. You understand? That's the masculine shoot back. Or whatever.
Got you. I think I got what you're saying now. Yeah. The fact that she's speaking in a masculine tone towards a man, but if I'm speaking, I guess, from a place of sensitivity, I guess I'm gonna have to use that term. It's that her response is gonna be, why are you so sensitive?
Because you were in your feelings that made you just said it. If somebody talks to you a certain kind of way, you're going to do such and such.
In a disrespectful manner, I think everybody should respond to anyone.
Yeah, I agree with that.
With them in a disrespectful manner. If you don't, that is what you call a weak motherfucker.
I agree that a person I agree that a person should always stand up in defense of their integrity and in defense of their honor.
But you know what, Quest Man? Mm-hmm. When a man do snap back, this is what you'll get. Why you acting like that? Like, cause I don't like the way you talking to me. Why you in your feelings?
But see, that to me, being sensitive and being in your feelings are two different things.
Right. No, it ain't.
And I've learned that when I'm talking to boss, those mean the same thing.
To me, it does. I don't see how.
Wait a minute. You said being sensitive and being in your feelings are two different things?
I believe it's two different things.
What makes them two different things?
Because I think when you tell somebody that they're being in your feelings, I think that's being a smartass and being disrespectful.
But it's still a sensitivity.
To me, if I say, why are you being sensitive? I'm really trying to find out what is it that I did to offend you that you're saying, all that you're coming at me with. If I say, why are you being in your emotions? Why are you being all up in your feelings? To me, now I'm being smart ass back to you. But if I just say, why are you being so sensitive? I don't understand why you went 0 to 100, because I really didn't understand.
Okay, let me just say, for the sake of the argument, let's say that the sky was clear before this, right? Nothing was triggering him prior towards these words being said. Okay, then you say this, you said something, he's triggered, he responds, and you respond, why are you in your feelings?
No, she's triggered first to ask that question.
I would
that you did already trigger her to ask that question.
Because she's in a defensive mode.
Because I felt like I was being attacked because of him, the things that was being said to me. And prior to those things being said to me, I was only answering the questions that were being asked.
Yeah, but the thing is, here's the problem. Okay, in this aspect, like I said, this is two sides of the same spectrum, same thing, axis. Both of you were responding in defense. Did you hear what you just said? You said you felt like you were being attacked. Mm-hmm. So the person responding is responding because they're defending their ego. You understand? Mm-hmm. They felt touched. So yes. I gotta say this back to you because you said this to me. But rather, what was said to you was them saying, like, hey, why'd you say this to me? I felt attacked. So I'm saying, why are you attacked? Why'd you disrespect me like this? Attack. Why are you in your feelings? Attack.
I get that. But when it's said in, and this is another thing, I think, boss, you've said it before. leaving like the voice note as opposed to a text, because you'd say, I want you to hear my voice so you know that, you know, it's meant this way, whatever. And that's another thing that I think that modern technology has kind of messed with us with, because, you know, if I say, why are you being so sensitive in a text versus my voice saying it, you should be able to hear in my voice that I wasn't being a smart aleck bitch or nothing, you know? And, you know, but like I said, with Boss, I've learned that to him, those are all the same thing. And I say it like that only because I know that there are other men that it doesn't mean all the same thing.
I think when it comes to either using either term, let's say, for instance, you do use "why are you being so sensitive?" If it's something that
I'm gonna be like, Monique, why are you acting like that?
If it's something that bothers a man, you know what I'm saying, and it's near and dear, that's why I brought up that the news is near and dear to your heart, and you say you use that term, you know, I don't know what it could be. It could be something that you've seen or something that you dealt with, and you got emotional. I remember Lorraine called me a big baby. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time she said that shit to me, I was like, but I was crying because my mom died. My mom, it was like she expected for me to toughen up, and I was like, I can't be that goddamn tough. I'm sorry, but I understood her background and where she come from. She's a strong black woman, but some people feel like y'all brought up earlier, you should be stronger than that. If you ask me why am I being so sensitive, let's put that as a reason. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Why am I being so sensitive? You know what I'm saying? Because this hurts. God damn it, that's why. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on what the situation is, and when you ask that question, like if you watching goddamn Lion King and motherfucker crying, why are you so sensitive? Yeah, he probably deserve everything.
I'm gonna get up and walk out, and we ain't gonna never have sex.
You know what?
Period.
You see what I have right here? I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the inside of a hard drive, right?
I say it looks like a little hard drive, yeah.
Yeah, in many ways, this is like the man and the woman. The man being this little tiny thing right here. Where can you see it right here? I can't even show you. This little tiny thing right here, which is what tries to read the disc, and the disc is like the woman with all kinds of information on that disc. There's all kinds of information, but the thing is, as much as the information is all just mixed in the disc, and it's the job of that optical instrument right there to read that information and organize it in a way that makes some type of like a comprehensive sense that puts it into like a straight line of ones and ones, zeros, whatever. Okay, and that's kind of what's happening here. And what happens is when we are off of our square in accordance with our nature, that miscommunication takes place. Shots get fired, so to speak. You know, emotional shots get fired, mental shots get fired, and it doesn't take too much for a person to say a thing that, in and of itself, may have been purely innocent or intended with no threat. You understand? But because of our ego, often because of our ego, we get affected. We felt like something is taking us down a few notches. What you just said made me feel like I was taken down a few notches. My intelligence was insulted, whatever. Okay, and in the same token, the other person is not capable of seeing that damage was being done, so they're not willing to accept the ownership of wrongdoing. You understand? They don't want to accept that, hey, wrong was done. It doesn't make sense that you're saying that I did something wrong. So I'm going to hold my ground that I did nothing wrong and question you instead.
It can and it can't, because my husband always tells me that. He says, quit acting dumb. And I'm not acting dumb. I'm really asking because I don't really see it the way that you're seeing it.
See?
She just did that. I can see that being an issue when you first meet. But when you've known each other for years, then you should understand how this person thinks and how the other person thinks. And if you're speaking in a manner that I'm going to say, I'm not understanding you, I'm not playing dumb. I mean, I think boss knows for sure. I ain't got time to play dumb. I'm just gonna walk out on you, you know. So that's just the way that I am like that. But it's like if I'm asking or something, and so I understand, like if it's somebody new that I've met, even just as a friend on the internet or something, they may not understand that about me.
Right.
So I try to let them know whenever we first cross have that crossroads. But in the end, if all else fails, just blame it on God. He made you that way, okay?
Hey,
You know, can I share a story with you? A short little a story of wisdom, a little piece of wisdom, ancient wisdom, I should say. It goes like this, if you don't mind. There was a man known as the prophet Ibrahim, translated as Abraham, right? Who went to visit his son Ishmael. And in this visit, his knocking on the door of the home, the wife answered the door. She says, Ishmael's not home, right? Salam alaikum, Ishmael's not home. Well, Ibrahim asked, how are things going with you guys? She's like, oh, you know, he's always, you know, struggling. We're always, you know, there's not hardly ever enough to eat and da-da-da-da-da. She was just giving all the woes, right? And so he said, well, leave this message for my son when he returns to change his threshold. So he goes his way. He comes back again another day. There's a new wife. The former wife isn't there any longer. Asked the same thing. Similar certain complaints like, oh, well, you know, just when we have enough money, he has to always spend it and keep, you know, he's always paying for bills and da-da-da-da. I'm paraphrasing. So give him this message when he returns. Tell him to change his threshold. So time goes by. He comes back and knocks on the door. A new wife answers the door. And in this, he's, well, how, after he gets all past this stuff, how are things going on? He's like, oh, well, you know, we alhamdulillah, means praise be to God. Things are going, you know, we're getting by, you know, we've got this, that, and the other. And, you know, if there's any hospitality I can offer you, please let me know. He says, when my son comes home, let him know to keep his threshold. I hope you understand that by the meaning of threshold is that entrance way to your door. Okay. You know, when we like to use the term man of the household, man is by nature the protector of his abode. That means his job is to make sure that no dangers come within his home to protect his most vital portions, his heart, his center of operations, that which procreates his legacy, right? So if the threshold is exposing and revealing what should be kept within the home, that's a danger.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That's a threat. That's somebody that will reveal your secrets and reveal things that could cause you to collapse as your effort to succeed would be. So the threshold, if you understood it properly, represented the spouse, the wife.
Keep the wife. Keep that wife. Yeah.
Right there.
See, I was gonna say, how come you wasn't at the wedding then?
Oh man, I appreciate y'all for coming on up here, man. I done hit my hour and a half, man. I was wanting to touch on something else, but I'm gonna say that for the next show. I think it'll be a good conversation, which it's always a great time with you guys up here. I can definitely depend on y'all. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Appreciate y'all, man. But anybody got any last words they want to say before we get up out of here?
Oh, thank you, boss man.
I'll simply say this to the family. When the Most High created us, he created us in pairs, man and woman. We are designed for each other, but we also are designed as a challenge for each other. This is what the Most High says. We're a challenge upon each other in our life. So that means that everything isn't going to be sunshine and butterflies. That means that you're going to be struggling. That means you're going to have trying times, but you have to, because you got to understand, you're in this for the long haul. When you are with this woman and you're committed with this woman, and you're with this man, you're committed to this man, this isn't some temporary thing. This is something you do today and you're gone tomorrow. This is something for the long haul. What does that mean? That means you've got to learn to tolerate each other, including the moments where you don't like each other. The prophet said that look for the things that you liked about her so that you're reminded of what you liked about her, and that will stir up more of what you liked about her to keep you together. Look at that within each other, because that's what will keep you strong. Every day is a struggle. You don't know what he's been through that day. You don't know what she's gone through that day when you come home. You understand the struggle she might have experienced. You have to get an understanding that, look, every day is not going to be sunshine. Love each other. That includes loving each other. What does it say? For better or for worse? Love each other means you cover the whole aspect of protecting each other's hearts.
Absolutely.
You understand? Protecting each other's hearts for the long haul. Love isn't something that is conditioned on, it's raining today, so okay, today I'm not going to love you. It's sunshine tomorrow, okay, today it's a good time to love. No, it's perpetual, it's consistent. It's a fight. It's self-sacrifice. It's what we have to do if you want to be successful in this, that is. If you want success. If you just want a one-night stand, okay, then work in that way, because that's not going to get the same results.
Salute. Salute.
Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings.
I wish I could remember what I heard the other day when I went in my dad's room. He was watching a spiritual movie, and the minister had said like 5 or 6 things that all equal pretty much what the one line that I do remember. He said when he was going through some tough stuff, he prayed to God that he would, to help him be stronger. He said, so God gave him more challenges. And those are things the guy, in the movie, like I said, I wish I could remember all 5 or 6 things that he said, gave the examples like that. But that one really stuck out to me. And I think in life, a lot of times we don't think like that. We think, why? I know I am. But I try not to address it to God, because he might hit me upside my head, because you ain't supposed to be like that. But, as humans, we do. But I go back to the same thing, like I said, if you put in the same that I put into it, I ain't going to have a problem with you bringing up the whole Adam and Eve and the apple and all that. Okay? We'll be good. Y'all get that one shot. That's it.
All right, man. Well, we're going to get up out of here, man. Again, I appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, I'm back at work, so y'all don't see me a lot. But when I get the chance, I'll be back.
Bring your ass out here.
Shut your ass, man. We're going to go on with On That Road. See y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see you. One day, it's gonna be okay. Times like this, it only makes sense to say this. Now as this story gets told, it never gets old. The season is yours whenever it pours. Envision that goal. You could be anywhere, but you right here, still standing. Been through it, severe damage, and you still got it. Did what's best for you and yours, and you still solid. You been through the fire, been through the rain. You ain't get tired and let it stay. Even when they try to say you insane, they can talk about whatever, but I came a long way from a short fall. Don't play, you gotta push on. When they say you done, you gotta keep it going till you never, ever, what? Never let them knock you off your square, baby. Keep fighting till the end, and I'ma be there, baby. Keep on pushing, though. You still got more to go. I see you facing trials and tribulations on that road. On that road. I know. Yeah, I know. I see you facing trials and tribulations on that road. I know it get hard and it can be complicated, but right from the start you knew your heart could take it. But taking the loss, I know it's hard to face it. You gotta make it. The trip, it don't get any easier. Don't think about who don't believe in ya. See, life, it don't come with an easy button. Sometimes you feel like you leave with nothing. So how do you live when you need the money? It's gonna be one day, and it will be okay. You gotta keep moving, pushing it forward. That's what you do when you kicking in doors. I only see one way, baby. Never let them knock you off your square, baby. Keep fighting till the end, and I'ma be there, baby. Keep on pushing, though. You still got more to go. I see you facing trials and tribulations on that road. On that road, I know. I see you facing trials and tribulations on that road.
Again,